I used a fusion machine and fused myself with a chicken. I am a chicken man. In today's episode, Nina Lynn got arrested during a street celebration. Legal Mindset explains the situation. The celebration turned into a riot. Pokimane is getting roasted for being unlikable. Saikuno is back, also roasting Pokimane. More updates in the Lego situation. Lego may or may not have responded. iDubbbz apologized, and Ethan dropped the lawsuit. Subscribe, or I will send my gigantic army of chickens and ducks and guinea fowls to your house. You're cooked. Nina Lynn was seen stirring up chaos after a Knicks game before it turned into a full-blown riot. She was quickly arrested.
Since the New York Knicks finally won a championship, idiots everywhere thought they could do whatever they wanted, including attacking the vehicles of their fellow citizens and likely Knicks fans. So several live streamers took to the streets to document these EBT activities. But the night quickly turned into riots, as even cop cars weren't protected, but some saw it as an opportunity to do whatever they wanted, eventually getting arrested. As Side Talk's truck girl somehow got confused, you're not allowed to ride on top of delivery trucks. And after her camera guy ditched her...
Yo, bro, Nina got arrested.
Compared to what happened the rest of the night, to what happened later in the night, I really don't think that she's gonna face any charges for this. Nothing actually serious. I don't know how she's not getting banned, though. That's a weird one. If you commit crimes repeatedly on live streaming platforms, you should probably just be banned forever. Because if you just let this stuff go on and you let it be popular, then more and more people are just gonna do it.
She was incredibly angry over this.
At 4 a.m. in the morning, I celebrate the Knicks in the cell. Yo, I'm dead tight. And my cameraman ran off. Well, my cameraman dead ass ran off.
Yeah, no shit your cameraman ran off. Because no real good people are gonna be willing to work with somebody like this.
Cameraman, you ready? Go upstairs. Oh my God. Hold on, stay right here. Hold on, move up. Hold on, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Now, hold on. Now, this is an Amazon van. So this is not her vehicle. This is very important to the legal analysis here. She's jumping up on something that's not hers, okay? So let's start there.
Oh my God. Wait, no. Why would you put my phone out here like that? You bugging.
Yo, be careful of that shit.
I got you. Nah! Hold my phone.
So naturally, when you get a content creator who's out there, they got their camera, they're recording, they got the team, what's going to happen? There's going to be a crowd forming around them. People are going to gather. It's going to gather attention. It's also going to gather the attention of law enforcement. That's very, very natural. When they see this crowd forming around a content creator, that's going to happen. Now, mind you, that night there were a lot of crowds, a lot of people celebrating. You know, Nina, she's out there celebrating. I think that's really no different than a lot of people that were celebrating that night and may have been doing crazy things. You're seeing footage and video of people up on light poles, people climbing around on things. That's something that happens after a big sports win. That part is really nothing normal. That's nothing out of the normal.
I agree. I don't really mind any of this chaos going on right here. It seems like everybody's just having fun. Nothing's getting broken. There's a few agitators like Nina Lynn. But overall, I'm cool with all this. I'd like to be involved. This looks fun. Just don't destroy shit and light shit on fire. Just don't be a violent retard.
And now you see on the left here, and here's where she's starting to get in trouble. And this is where the legal stuff happens. You see the cop down here who's telling her now to get down, get off, stop it. So here's where we may have potential for obstructing government administration, aka resisting arrest. We might have a potential here. Did she listen right away? Did she comply right away? It looks like she did, but we'll see how this plays out overall.
Oh, we gotta go to jail.
Now, I will say the cop was pretty, a little bit aggressive there, taking her. It seemed like she was coming down. I mean, she was going, towards the cops. She wasn't trying to flee from cops. He kind of spun her around right there and, and moved her off. To me, okay, maybe this cop had heard of Nina before. Maybe this cop had been looking for a reason to arrest Nina.
I bet that guy was just frustrated with the higher-ups, because I guarantee you they wanted to put a stop to this right at the beginning. And whoever's giving them orders just has to stay back at the office and doesn't actually have to deal with any of this.
Nina's track record is out there, and some law enforcement might say, hey, this is a golden opportunity to lock her up. They also might just be in a bad mood that night because there's a lot of stuff going on, and they don't want to see anything develop into a riot or anything that might cause property damage. So who knows, but it does seem like they're a little bit forceful there. So there you have it. Nina was eventually carted off, and she was taken down to the jail. She did get out later.
Yeah, nothing's gonna happen to her. I don't think anything really should happen to her in this situation other than getting banned.
This is the easiest one, disorderly conduct. This is a layup. This is a super broad category that can really cover almost any behavior that causes a public disturbance. So oftentimes, if law enforcement, police, they really want to ding you, they're going to go with disorderly conduct. We saw that in the Bricks and Minifigs case with Reckless Ben. They dinged him for that. You've got criminal mischief. So if there's any damage to that Amazon van, I talked about it. It's not her van, right? So any damage to that van could be criminal mischief. Trespass, unlawful use of property. So entering the van, going on the van without permission. It didn't look like she had permission to go on that van. I'm not even sure the driver could give her permission, even if he wanted to do that. That may be beyond the scope of his authority to do.
And how is she that stupid to not know that this was a thing that she shouldn't be doing?
You've also got potential resisting arrest. We pointed out the cop. If the cop told her to get down and she didn't get down immediately, then they could interpret it that way. Although to me, reviewing that footage, it looks from an external standpoint like she did actually comply. So I think that one's a little bit weaker. Even weaker would be reckless endangerment. So these are, as we're kind of going down this list, these are weaker charges, very unlikely. So reckless endangerment would be if Nina's actions cause risk to others. So if somebody got up on that, van and started doing something reckless, or, she was helping people shoot off fireworks or do something dangerous that could cause some harm to others, that might be reckless endangerment, but it doesn't seem like it went that far. The other one is citing to riot. That's the very last one. I mean, say a Knicks in 5 on a sports game day, I don't think that's going to be inciting to riot. That's just the normal fervor after your team wins. That's very normal, right? You're going to see a lot of that all around the world. We got World Cup going on. I got people all around the world here going crazy for that. That's a sports thing. And for a brief stunt like that during a sport day, I don't think they're going to get it for inciting to riot. So let's get to my judgment. So in judgment, I think some law enforcement are very likely to arrest Nina Lynn. I think Nina Lynn has been one that has gotten away with a lot of stuff, in the past, and perhaps some law enforcement wanted to ding her on that and get her booked on something. But all of these are Class A and Class B misdemeanors, so they're not felonies. She's not going away for life, right? What she's going to get here is a fine, maybe some community service, at max some very short jail time.
So moving on to what happened the rest of the night, it turned into a full-blown riot.
People will come out and celebrate things they know nothing about.
Who's your favorite player on the Knicks?
Jalen Brunson, let's be honest.
Your next favorite player?
That's all I got for you.
I said that before. Can you name 3 Knicks players?
So here's the thing. I'm a bandwagon, born and raised.
Born and raised
I'm from Florida. I'm a Miami Heat fan.
And on the other, complete anarchy, stopping all commerce over a sports game, as eventually they completely destroyed their own public transportation, with the police doing nothing about it, so their school buses suffered a worse fate, making them into a sort of makeshift parade. until they decided to randomly destroy these public school buses working for the World Cup. As the weakest individuals ever couldn't even street fighter this bus with a scooter. I honestly don't understand what attacking a school bus with a scooter has to do with the Knicks winning a championship.
What I don't understand is why were the school buses even there? Like, isn't it summer right now? It's almost like they were put there on purpose. But who knows, man? People use school buses for all kinds of things, not just school. But it's still very odd. You think they'd know that there's possibly going to be some kind of riot or something, because it happens often.
They started to tear the hood off the bus to cheering. Maybe this is just their revenge against a public school system for creating a society where everybody has a 10-minute mentality, as in they can't even imagine anything that isn't within 10 minutes. As the police essentially did nothing to save the buses. The EBT tribes walked off with the hood of a bus, but for some reason, setting them on fire. But the violence didn't stop with the buses, as they again stomped on Spurs fans. As sadly we can't even show it, but then a kid got blasted, to which it was incredibly difficult for the NYPD to respond to, let alone any emergency services to assist the injured kid. As insanely, I think this recovered weapon is from a separate second incident, but leave it to the mainstream media to say it just got a little over the top.
I think this starts to get a little over the top and totally unnecessary, but again, the NYPD is allowing this for now.
I like how he said, allowing this for now? Like he knew it was weird that they were just letting it happen. Almost like it was done on purpose. But what do I know, man? I feel like they let these kinds of things happen because they want people to riot, but people don't really know how to do it. Well, not the people that they want to riot.
And yet we're seeing this hood about to come off, and then whatever's happening right now.
I think just stay with us, stay with us.
As getting unruly is the new fiery but mostly peaceful. As 4 stabbings and 1 shooting isn't quite unruly, but again, CNN isn't quite news. And where was the NYPD? Getting completely wrecked all night. Oh no, that was just another night the Knicks didn't even have a game. As the previous game that the Knicks were actually in New York City, they tried to light a Spurs fan on fire. That is, after successfully lighting some random girl on fire. And worse, paralyzing another kid in a random fight because the Knicks won a sports ball game. NYC seems a bit more than unruly, but that's only if you ignore the beatings, the bus burnings, shootings, and basically everything you can see freely on social media that the news networks choose to ignore on an effort to suggest socialism is working. As the only thing that could wrangle in all this unemployed behavior was the cowboy cop cavalry. Eventually breaking out the nightsticks on Knick fans.
See, they should have had this attitude as soon as all of the mayhem started. If they would have done that at the beginning, every single time this stuff happens, if you arrest retards and keep them in jail, then for the most part this stuff would stop happening. But the problem is they want it to happen.
And then ripping off wigs. As 63 were arrested after 4 stabbings and a shooting, including 10 police injuries, with only 15 actually facing criminal charges. But leave it to the socialist Mayor Mamdani to say most New Yorkers celebrated appropriately, but some did not, as thousands were acting beyond inappropriate. But he's got this narrative to push about being a part of this Knicks victory, with Democrats suggesting he had something to do with it. Even The Athletic saying, it's Mamdani Sports Summer. I honestly don't know how many Mamdani victories the city can survive, as after a night of giant riots, destroying hundreds of thousands of dollars of property, not to mention the injuries to both the cops and kids, if only 15 see limp-wristed charges, they're about to see weekly takeovers in New York City.
In the media and the government entities, they all want it to happen. The international investors, foreign adversaries, they all have an interest in this kind of shit. But they don't realize that this shit creates more factions. Because they're all living with their heads up their own asses. They don't look into things. They don't read books. At least not any kind of fiction or anything. So they don't know what sci-fi utopias are like and what sci-fi dystopias are like. And it's dystopian every time. More and more factions get created whenever you have chaos in the streets constantly. It is really not good for anybody. And especially not good for the people who are virtue signaling, pretending that they're out there doing good for humanity, when really they're just wanting to destroy stuff. They're just out there having a great time. And they're just pretending. They're pretending to be the anime hero. And they don't even realize that's what they're doing. Because they're retarded. And evil. Moving on to Pokimane being called out for being an insufferable piece of plastic.
Pokimane Eat the Rich. Also, Pokimane buys $11,000 ticket. Spent the weekend at F1 Monaco. What the fuck is Monaco? Is that like a Pokemon? Anytime that a person tells you, eat the rich, that they hate rich people, if a rich person tells you that, guarantee yourself they've got a Birkin bag. Guarantee yourself they've got a Porsche. Guarantee yourself they've got $1 million house. This is what's so cringe, bro. Like,
wealth disparity's getting bad. We hate the rich. Anyways.
we hate the rich.
Too much. Aren't you the rich?
Aren't you the rich?
No.
Unfortunately, we live in such a self-centered capitalistic society. If I ever was a billionaire, I wouldn't be a billionaire for more than a day. I would give away most of my money.
It's so funny somebody says that, because like people that are billionaires, it's not like it's, you know, smog diving through like coins. It's locked up in assets and stocks, right? That's usually how people build a lot of wealth.
$28 for cookies? I know math is hard when you're an idiot, but like if you're a broke boy, just say so.
As I said, bro, the moment somebody talks about how bad capitalism is, get ready to buy something.
Okay, this was not what I was expecting.
What's she crying
with
for?
streaming today, but it's okay.
What's she crying for? Why are you crying?
It's okay. I hope everything will be okay. One sec.
Oh my
Get
God.
some water and relax. I think actually I know what it is. I think I'm just a little emotionally. It feels like every day it's something new, you know? I think sometimes when you think about like clippers and this and that, for a while I was like, wow.
Who gets pressed over a clipper? You know how many people clip me out of context and say shit I didn't say? Like, that's just the way it is. Look at all the products on the shelves. I know, bro. Hey, yo, eat the rich.
She's sitting there bitching and crying while she's literally living in a Barbie dream house. Like, holy shit, dude. The self-awareness level is 0. No wonder everybody hates her.
Man, this is just yesterday? What happened yesterday?
I don't listen to sad music. Couldn't pay me. I'm a happy-go-lucky gal, and I like to stay that way.
This is how it started. This is how it's going. Damn, that was one day. Literally one day. Jesus.
All of my
She crazy?
It's kind of true, like, guys, which of you guys have been here many years? Like, I'm talking, you've been following me like 6+ years. A lot of my ops, they really are. Have you ever thought about that? But me, I'm still here. But I'm also—
This is like the most fucking annoying stereotype that you could possibly have. Holy shit, man. You can tell that she is probably the nastiest, cattiest bitch privately. And I think that's the reason why so many people are annoyed by her. You should just let the demons out. You should. That's who you really are. We know that's who you are.
Nigga, you ain't funny. That's not true. Maybe you're just boring as fuck and lame as hell. Cause only lame niggas say that shit. Oh my god.
Yes.
Wow. Uh-huh.
Saikuno returns! I don't know how I missed this, but I'm glad the first thing that I'm seeing from Saikuno is him just lightly shitting on this actual hunk of plastic known as Pokimane.
Even Saikuno clapped back at what she was saying.
What is up, guys? It's Saikuno here. I thought it was important to come back and, you know, I guess just play games. It's not that crazy. Is that, yeah, there are a lot of people who still believe in me, who think changes can be made or have been made.
I wasn't gonna farm drama or be mad at Pokey for anything because I don't care. I mean, she can have her own stream and do what she says. Whatever she just said is so like I can't. I have to refrain of using words. I'm not using anything. Okay, it's performative. I feel like this is almost like a want for somebody to be canceled and to be like so GG they cannot recover, and to not be able to have like any income or to lose anything.
Bro, what is he mumbling on about? I swear I can't with this dude. The longer he speaks, the less he makes sense.
how do I say this? I've gotten a little brattier as the years go on. Like if a guy does something and he's like, sorry, I'm dead ass like, your sorry does nothing for me.
I'm sorry for making this video on you, Pokimane.
But because it doesn't. Like, a sorry doesn't undo what happened. Fix it.
Her stream is basically just slop she heard from her therapist. Like, I swear to God.
Why do you keep bringing up what I did? Why do you keep bringing up? Why did you do it?
I do think Pokimane's a net positive for the internet, you know, because even a disabled homeless veteran missing 2 limbs can look at her and still be happy about his own life.
But I'm also—
This is like the most f***ing annoying stereotype that you could possibly have. Holy shit, man.
Okay, we gotta talk about this facial expression, man. When your black friend gives you the N-word pass. Here we got a socialist in her natural habitat, a multi-million-dollar apartment, talking about the Clippers she doesn't like, who are probably from Bangladesh.
And just clip title will say, Loki throws it back. Where in what universe?
and you're wondering, like,
I was just hanging out.
Yeah, and you'll be wondering, did I?
Right?
Like, did I?
Like, but did I forget?
Yeah, or some people will say something. I'm like, wait, you said I did what? I'm like, wait, did I do that? I don't. Yeah, no, but that's the thing.
You guys could gaslight me into believing it.
For real.
This cutesy stuff was cool a decade ago when you were in your 20s, but now maybe it's time to act your age. You gotta grow up sometimes, you know what I mean? You hit 30 on the internet, your life is essentially over.
Now I'm starting to think about a version where Pokimane didn't reach as much success as she's gone over the past decade, right? Where she was kind of like, let's say, more on the lower middle end, right? And she just went full demon time. Like, she just like ripped it like the olden days. Like, just okay, who are the ops? Because when you play the social role of I have no ops, I'm nice, we have no ops. Who should be talking about? Rival gangs.
I saw Saikuno's back after a month and a half.
So? Okay, it's performative as shit.
But I want to be true to myself. I don't want to be so careful and muzzle myself so much that I don't express the things that I really feel and really mean.
I have so little to say about Pokimane because she's just so uninteresting to me. It's like getting the dirtiest, grimiest 10-year-old farm boy and telling him he's gotta only play with Barbies from now on. I can tell you he's probably gonna find some kind of way to destroy it for fun. And here we are! Moving on! The internet has decided that it's gonna start creating another Johnny Somali. He's crashing out currently in Asia right now. It hasn't gotten to the level of Johnny Somali yet, but who knows? Maybe, just maybe.
Japan is clearly fed up with IRL streamers, as this one was nearly arrested while live streaming himself being obnoxious in Japan.
After day 2, chat. After day 2. Oh. Oh, hey, chill. Okay, chill.
But before this, I've never heard of him, but he's been making headlines for things like, speeding on stream, being swatted, and being kicked out of Disney, and of course, trespassing.
Someone just swatted us. Look, Oblivion. It's just a random internet guy. We're just here filming and we're just streaming. Like, we're just enjoying Disney like everyone else. We're not harming no one.
But unfortunately, we've received multiple concerns.
I understand, but I just explained the whole situation.
Not really, though.
Obviously, you are on private property. They have their questions that they want to answer or whatever. If they don't feel like you're being cooperative, at that point, they could ask you to leave.
We're going to have to end your day today.
You want them trespassed?
Not Lowe's.
All of you leave or you're going to be arrested.
I'm like,
right
not
now.
Lowe's.
I don't believe that.
Okay, you're under arrest. Put your hands behind your back.
Bro. I wasn't even doing
Do you have
nothing.
anything going to stick me, stab me?
I got my bro.
Hey.
Back away.
Oh my.
He's not going to jail.
Yes, he is.
So I got out of school at a really weird time. I became an adult like right as these kinds of people were children. They're weird. They wear like name brand athletic gear and stuff like that. They always say like bruh, and they like drag out their words for a long time. They have these weird cropped hairdos that looks like, the broccoli cut, earrings, everything's so shiny, all about clout. And their whole thing is just being super annoying. And I never got it, but now I do. And this is like a type of person. And honestly, if you don't know the culture of the country that you're going to, I don't think you should be allowed to go there as a tourist, because you're not going to respect the culture. And also an IQ test would probably be nice. That's for leaving the country, by the way. I don't really have a say much on what other countries allow. Japan probably is going to crack down on this very soon, because it just keeps happening. But I think the US should just stop letting Americans do this. Yeah, we got freedom in the US, but we don't have freedom in the world. Keep Japan, Japan.
And I think it's safe to say that Americans are pretty desensitized to content creators being a nuisance in public places. So when they visit other countries, they might not even consider that yelling insanely loud at chat and live streaming random people might be frowned upon.
But nah, chat, Michi streams are gonna happen. What's it called? After day 2, chat. After day 2. Oh. Oh, hey, chill. Okay, chill.
And apparently he has no problem touching the camera and even grabbing Oblivion and his cameraman and forcibly removing them from the store. I mean, they barely made it 5 feet in and they were thrown out, which makes me ask the question, what were they doing in there before? Because if they just showed up like that and he had that kind of reaction, most likely something happened in that store earlier. But regardless, there was definitely a language barrier. Oblivion just kept saying chill. I think he said chill like 120 times here. But apparently the shopkeeper was saying, stop filming and delete the footage. That's apparently what he was saying.
Chill.
Bye. We're leaving. Bye. Okay, bye. Okay, bye. Okay, bye.
Chill.
But I guess it gets even worse for them because the shopkeeper doesn't let them leave. He actually calls the police while keeping an eye on them in the area.
Hey, why is he being like that?
Okay, hey, over there, Kev, just film it over there.
Okay, chill. Now my cameraman, chill. Okay. I know.
We're leaving. Let's go.
No. Nowhere. No. We're leaving. Why is he still pressing up on us? No. Stop. No. You're not gonna touch my cameraman. Chill. We're here. Don't touch me. Don't touch I'm not touching you. Way, Kev, Let's go, Kev. Leave. Kev. No. What are you doing, bro? What is he doing? Pre-jail? We're not doing nothing wrong. Kev, come. Kev, go. Kev, go.
Kev, right here now.
Bro, like, what is he doing, bro?
Bye.
No.
Yes, bye.
No.
Hey, what is he on?
He's trying to hit the camera. Tell him in Japanese to leave us alone.
These kids are so loud and obnoxious. I kind of just don't feel bad for them. It's whatever, man. Don't be loud and obnoxious. And I can tell by looking at you that I do not like you. You look like an annoying city kid who just thinks that he can do whatever he wants, wherever he wants, anywhere in the world. Low IQ, disrespectful. Yeah, get that shit out of here.
And the whole time he was acting shocked at why he could be annoyed with them. And to be fair, Oblivion wasn't, he wasn't really doing anything wrong here. He wasn't acting obnoxious like Johnny Somali. He was just naturally loud and kind of annoying and is visiting a place where both of those things, I guess, are taboo. But they did still continue filming the guy after he repeatedly asked them to stop because the cameraman, I guess, is too dense to realize that if he's filming Oblivion in an altercation, he's also filming the guy. So, yeah, I don't think they put two and two together. Or who knows, maybe they just wanted the content. Regardless though, the police arrive and I guess tell him that he has to delete the clip, and they ask if they can confirm that it's not saved in the camera. And this is kind of crazy because it's live and it really shows the barrier of what the police understand of, like, filming versus live streaming, because of course it's not saved on the device. They're just kind of live streaming off of a camera.
He's saying, can you see your like photo folder just to show that you didn't, it's not saved.
Here?
Yeah.
Here. Today.
today.
その保存
はされてないんですよね。
まあ一応確認のため。はいはい。Yeah, I didn't save it.
Today こんだけの。
Yeah. No save.
And then not to mention, they're also actively streaming this police interaction because, again, it's content. And he didn't even delete the VOD of this. It's still up on his Kick channel as of right now. So I don't know why they would live stream themselves lying to police and then keep the evidence of them lying to police up on their channel.
Well, that's an easy one. They're stupid.
And his fans pointed fingers at the shopkeeper, saying that he was the one who overreacted. Now, there is a very obvious no filming sign that they just waltzed right past, but still.
But nah, chat, Michi streams are gonna happen. What's it called?
I think this just shows that Japan is starting to get sick and tired of the IRL streamers. Now, did Oblivion do anything crazy over the top here? Not really. The dude was just being obnoxious and loud. And then, of course, he kept filming the shopkeeper, but, I guess there was some sort of language barrier here as well. And obviously, when these no filming signs are there, that probably means that this isn't the first time this happened, which could be why the shopkeeper reacted so strongly to this. So maybe Oblivion hasn't even been in there before, but it's safe to say the shopkeeper's sick and tired of this. I mean, especially with the whole Chrome Heart store being right there, I think a whole bunch of wannabe influencers are probably ending up around that shop filming. But again, from my understanding, filming in public is just frowned upon. It's not technically illegal in Japan. But obviously, this clip made the rounds with a whole bunch of people calling him the new Johnny Somali and warning him that the consequences would definitely follow if he wasn't careful here, because clearly things didn't go well for Johnny. You don't want to model your life after Johnny.
Oh, is it okay if we record?
Yes, but just like in the corner.
How to say, is it okay to record in Japanese?
That being said, he is still filming in public, and his own community has brought up another interesting point while he continues his trip in Japan. And that is that gambling in most forms is just illegal in Japan, and that includes spinning slots on stake or whatever he's doing. And someone in Oblivion's own Discord posted a screenshot warning him to not gamble when he's live the next day. And this is obviously because of the legalities.
Bro, you already ruined my day. Wait, what did I do, bro? What did I do in addition? Bro, I'm in damn Miami right now. I'm in Miami, bro.
And even if he has a stake deal, which, he has a code, so I'm assuming he does, they would probably understand him having to take a short break. But that being said, he probably required to stream like an hour a day or something like that. So I guess instead he told his chat to just shut up, and he was saying that he was in Miami. Clearly, that's just a bulletproof legal argument right there. And it doesn't really help him that he went live later on in Japan, like the same day. So, I guess this guy has unlocked teleportation. But regardless, if he already has people keeping tabs on him, why is he breaking the law while live streaming it? Because that's just how you end up in more hot water.
Episode 3 is finally finished after crazy all-nighters and basically destroying my health. But I can't post it or I will go to jail. And not only that, I will also immediately lose my lawsuit of $300,000, and the GoFundMe we made for Brian will go straight to this mystery company that I am no longer allowed to talk about.
I'm sure that most everybody is aware of this situation by now. But did you know that LEGO themselves may or may not have responded? It could be fake. It could not be not fake. I don't think it really matters. You just, gotta take a look. So let's check it out.
someone, a customer of LEGO, reached out to LEGO's customer support and basically asked about the bricks and minifigs situation. And LEGO, of course, the customer support team replied to them, and this is the reply they got. It says, "Thank you for reaching out to us and sharing your thoughts. We're aware of the situation and understand why it may raise concerns from our fans who care about the LEGO community. As Bricks and Minifigs operates independently, and because this is a legal matter, we are unable to provide more info. Your feedback is highly appreciated, and we're grateful that you've taken the time to get in touch. Please take our survey, blah, blah, blah. Natasha at LEGO Customer Service." So, now there is a possibility this email's been faked. It is like the easiest thing in the world to fake an email like this. Ask ChatGPT to write LEGO customer service would. Just put LEGO customer service at the end, send an email to yourself, take a screenshot, crop it, boom, here you go, fake email. So it's very possible this is a fake email. It's also very possible it's real. I wish I could, verify this and get some evidence. They really only show this screenshot in the video, and they also say that it could be fake. I think one of their subscribers maybe emailed it to them. Someone sent it to them on, social media, whatever it may be. So just letting you guys know, this might be fake. A few important things that are very easy to miss. The biggest thing is probably as Bricks and Minifigs operates independently. So that is the big thing. She is separating the LEGO brand from Bricks and Minifigs, which obviously, like most people know, Bricks and Minifigs is separate from the LEGO company. If you don't know that, here you go. But with that being said, she is confirming that, and I think if LEGO were to make an actual public statement, they would say something along those lines. Bricks and Minifigs operates independently, and they probably also add that they're not going to be, I guess, helping Bricks and Minifigs in any, special way. Bricks and Minifigs was scheduled to have a direct partnership to LEGO. LEGO is going to give them retail sets at wholesale.
I actually had no idea that this was a thing. Well, I guess that sucks to suck.
Similar to how LEGO kind of supplies Walmart and Target, they're going to supply Bricks and Minifigs with retail LEGO sets. Now, obviously, they'd get the wholesale price and everything like that, and it'd be really good for Bricks and Minifigs because they have a good margin on all these new sets, and people can go to Bricks and Minifigs and buy them there. Obviously, that brings them some good business. But I think that deal is in jeopardy. If it's not already, it will be, in my opinion, because this whole situation has been horrible for Bricks and Minifigs, and practically everyone and their mother knows about this. They know how social media works. They know how word spreads. It doesn't matter if, LEGO technically had nothing to do with the situation, because if they don't distance themselves from Bricks and Minifigs and are caught helping them in any way, shape, or form, I think it'll shake out badly, because people like me and others will report on it, and then your average person who all they know is, okay, Bricks and Minifigs did this, and I'm not going to shop there. Now they know LEGO is supporting them still. They're not going to do business with LEGO. They're probably going to boycott LEGO as a whole. But there's a second part to what she said that is also very important. She says, after she says Bricks and Minifigs operates independently, she says, and because this is a legal matter, we're unable to provide more info. So obviously, LEGO as a company isn't involved at all with this case. So for them to speak on it, they don't want to get involved in any way, shape, or form. So not only does that involve public perception and what people think of them, but they also don't want to get involved legally, named in the lawsuit for speaking out against Bricks and Minifigs, anything like that. I don't know how the legal side of things works, but I'm pretty sure if you're not involved with the lawsuit, you probably don't want to get involved later on. Like, whether it's real or fake, I think one thing is certain: LEGO is going to continue to distance themselves from Bricks and Minifigs. So even if this email is fake, I think we can basically take what, this email says as truth anyway, because it's almost certainly the stance LEGO is going to take in regards to the entire Bricks and Minifigs situation. And I don't think LEGO is going to make a public announcement, public statement about this.
I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see. Moving on, everybody was talking about this. Reckless Ben went to court without a lawyer. Why would you do that? Let's get into it.
Several cases involving Bricks and Minifigs, the franchisees, Reckless Ben, the Mancells, but today we're going to focus on one of them that had a hearing today. And this particular one was in the 4th Judicial District for the Provo Justice Court. You see Utah, state of Utah. You see the case number there, 261-000-376. So it's for misdemeanors, and it came up in front of Stephen F. Schreier. Now, this was for 2 separate charges, the first of which was disorderly conduct, and we're going to get into what that means and what that entails. That's a Class C misdemeanor. The next was criminal trespassing, which is a Class B misdemeanor. First, disorderly conduct is a very broad misdemeanor. It's something that, once again, in many places around the United States, if the police are really looking to get you for something, they can probably dig in under disorderly conduct and find something. So in this case, under this statute, the particular statute, it can be refusing to comply with a lawful order of the police to move from a public place or an official meeting, to unknowingly create a hazardous or physically offensive condition by any act that serves no legitimate purpose. So that's very broad there, right? B, intending to cause any public inconvenience, annoyance, or alarm, or recklessly create a risk of public inconvenience, annoyance, or alarm. Further, to engage in fighting or any violent, tumultuous, or threatening behavior, to make unreasonable noises in a public place or an official meeting, making unreasonable noises in a private place, which can be heard in a public place, or to obstruct vehicular or pedestrian traffic in a public place or official meeting. So a lot of different qualifications here. Of course, this is a misdemeanor. This is not a felony. You're not going to lose any, rights here. There's no right to vote stripped away from you for this. Moving on, there's criminal trespass, which is a Class B misdemeanor, which is knowing that entry or presence or the unmanned aircraft, that's going to be the drone that they're flying, that the unmanned aircraft's entry or presence was unlawful, entered and remained upon the property, or caused the unmanned aircraft, the drone, to unlawfully enter and remain over the property, as to which notice against entering was given by, number 1, personal communication to the actor by the owner or somebody with apparent authority to act for the owner. So telling them verbally, hey, you need to leave. And we did hear that several times. Also, fencing or other enclosures, obviously designed to exclude intruders. In some cases, there was fencing and enclosures. And 3, posting of signs reasonably likely to come to the attention of intruders. So criminal trespass, once again, similar to the disorderly conduct, it's going to be very easy to get this one, and this one is more of a layup. But once again, this is not a felony. This is not something you go away for 30 years or life or get capital punishment over. These are just misdemeanors.
All right, do you have Benjamin Schneider online?
Yes, sorry for the last time you called. I think I hit the wrong button and accidentally got in a private meeting with the prosecutor, but I'm here now.
Oh, that's fine. All right, we're here on case 261 ending 376, scheduled for a pretrial today. And are you representing yourself on this case, Mr. Schneider?
Yes.
So that's called pro se. That means he's representing himself. The thing for Ben, the thing Ben has to worry about is this web that ties together. And what I would be very concerned about is, even if he felt confidence in this case for the trespassing for disorderly conduct to do that himself, he really needs a lawyer there to think about how these things are all going to tie together for him and how the results are going to play out.
Okay. Have you had a chance to speak with the prosecutor then?
Yes.
And that's where you got to be careful too. You got to be careful what you say to the prosecutor, because, they're not always looking out for your best interest as the defendant. They might be looking to pull a fast one on you. They might be looking to take a different angle with you. So you have to be very careful.
Do you need time to do video footage?
Yes, there's the defendant claims that he gave some video footage to officers, and so I can go with that.
Okay. Does that work for you, Mr. Schneider?
Yes.
Okay. Where do you live, Mr. Schneider?
Los Angeles.
Okay.
So he's not in Utah.
July 6th, 11 o'clock in the morning. Does that work for you?
Yes.
So we got a date.
Okay. And you understand that's Utah time, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then, have you done your fingerprints yet?
When I went to, I got arrested and did a fingerprint there. I don't know if that transfers over.
Usually it's got to be case by case, although it is very annoying. And some places do link these things up, but a lot of times it's case by case.
But I've not done a fingerprint for this specific case, no.
Okay, yeah. The fingerprints are linked to the case, so you need to go to your local police department, get a fingerprint card, and mail that into the court, okay?
Okay.
Old
Can you
school
get that done
fingerprint
by the
cards.
next court hearing?
Okay.
All right, that'll be the order then. Any questions for me, Mr. Schneider?
No.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Is that it?
Yeah, we'll see you on July 6th.
So boom, there you go. You have it. They have it there to see him on July 6th. So in this, it literally seems very simple. There's not much controversial. We're going to have coming up this hearing on July 6th. But what is true, and turning to my judgment, what is true is Ben needs to lawyer up for the trial. While being pro se is fine at certain instances, and maybe for the very, very basics here to come in and make an initial plea, he definitely should be lawyering up at this point to fight these charges, to fight these cases that he's going to be seeing. They're very serious. It's not something to laugh about or to mock. And even if, mind you, these things might be entering into some sort of diversion, or there might be some sort of plea deal, it still helps to have someone who has experience in Utah and has experience in these specific areas. And I think Ben going pro se might end up in a weird, we could see a weird sovereign citizen-esque scenario coming out if it doesn't, for example, if it doesn't stack up the right way. And I don't want to see him, having to rebel against the whole justice system or having a grievance because perhaps he didn't understand something correctly.
And Asmongold weighed in on what Legal Mindset had to say about this. He got a little heated.
This is what makes me so fucking furious. It's because how is it that not every single one of those animals in New York that was running around setting school buses on fire aren't getting charged for disorderly conduct, but Reckless Ben is when he's trying to hold a company accountable for pocketing somebody's Lego collection and stealing thousands of dollars potentially? Like that's what makes me so mad. Is like we literally have these rules. Like when I'm saying that like, oh, they should do something about these people, I have never advocated for them to create any new rules. All I want is for them to apply the existing rules in the right way. All I want is I want a tyrant that will apply these laws to, oh, you have your Bluetooth speaker in the subway? Wait, what do you mean you're at a waiting room and you're on the phone and the phone's on speaker? Right this way. Come to jail. You're going into jail now. You're going to be here for a month. That's it. No headphones? Oh, no freedom.
Have you done your fingerprints yet?
When I went to, I got arrested and did a fingerprint there. I don't know if that
it's actually crazy that they're able, like, I make this, oh my God, bro. Like, I'm losing it, bro. I'm actually losing it. I have no interest in speaking to Ben about the topic because I don't want to entangle his lawsuit and bring in another element that he could have to explain, especially considering that I'm another content creator and this is about a media case. The reason why I didn't discuss it with him isn't because I'm not interested. It's out of his own best interest. If he chose to discuss it with me, I would express my concern. And if he was okay with it, I'd of course discuss it with him. But I would never initiate that discussion. Does that make sense? No, I already thought of that. And again, like people in chat are saying that he does have a lawyer now. Man, I really just hope this is going to work out. I do. Like, I'm so angry that he's gotten, like, basically taken through the ringer for this. Oh, I was going to watch this video really quick for, like, some of the gameplay for this, because this game looked fucking badass. But before I do that, I want to talk about this just for a minute. So, I think it's absolutely indefensible and fucking disgusting, the fact that Bricks and Minifigs are driving him through they're trying to take him through the legal system, attacking him however they can. This is the way, by the way, I just wish that we had this same energy. I wish we had the same energy that these fucking retards have, because they are so detrimental and so problematic, and I wish we acted the same way. He's an idiot for enabling them, Zach? No, he's not an idiot. He's trying to do... I don't care if he made a technical mistake. I don't care about that. I care about who's right and who's wrong. I don't give a fuck about, like, oh, well, they technically shouldn't have been... I don't give a fuck. I don't care about that. Why would I care about that? Why would I care? Oh, there's some technicality that he's wrong on. Why would I care about a technicality? It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, I completely agree. Do you know what happens when you follow the law with something like this? The law comes after you. Because they don't actually want to face accountability. Because they are the law. They make the laws and enforce them. Doesn't matter if they break them, who's gonna arrest them? The government? They're the ones who want this shit to happen. They employ these retards. And then they don't do anything about it whenever they break the rules. Or when they use the rules against the people they were supposed to protect. This is beyond Lego for me now. I want this corporation to crumble. I want them to suffer, bish. And I want these police departments that were involved to also crumble. We're tired of shit like this happening. All the time. People try and do good, and they get punished for it. People do evil, they get paid with GoFundMe money. They tried to take the GoFundMe money from Reckless Ben. It's fucking crazy.
So, Meezy, fill us in on the Legos.
All right. There's this company called Bricks and Minifigs, and they are a Lego reseller.
Mm-hmm.
And there's this guy, him and his dad had a big collection of Legos, and then the dad got sick. So to cover the costs, they had a deal with Bricks and Minifigs that made sure that they would retain owning the Legos, but Bricks and Minifigs would sell them, and they just take a portion of the sale, you know? So then the dad gets better, and they're like, all right, we want our bricks back. And then the company's like, we actually don't have them, but they do have them. They're still on the shelves. They're advertising them on their Instagram and stuff, and they're just lying and lying. So that guy calls a YouTube guy, and then the YouTube guy does a whole investigation, and that's when it gets nuts.
Okay.
So what gets nuts? Dude, this YouTube guy, he's just trying to investigate. He's like, give back the bricks. And the guy's like, no. And then he's like, all right. And then he goes through all the legal loops. So he makes a company. So the company is pretty much an exact copy of the other company, but he's just trying to infringe on them so that they sue him, and they won't do it. He makes a lottery but he goes through all the loopholes to make a legal lottery, and then he sells the minifigs because he owns the figures. So he sells the figures through the lottery, and the company doesn't give the figures away. So they're criminally in trouble now. But every time he goes to the cops are like, you got to leave. You're the one causing the problem. He's like, legally, they're stealing from me, and you guys aren't doing anything about it. And then that happens for a couple months. And then he tries to give up, and he starts a GoFundMe for the guy. And then he gets arrested for doing the GoFundMe in Utah because they you're still harassing these people, and he's not doing anything. And it turns out everybody's Mormon.
Okay.
The Mormon thing is the crazy thing. It's a Mormon, but all the cops are Mormon, all the owners of the company are Mormon. So there's
This is deeper than Legos now.
yeah, it's deeper than Legos, bro. Yeah. And this YouTube guy's figuring it all out in real time. This is 3 months old.
What kind of mystery is that? It's in Utah. They're all Mormons.
Yeah.
It's true. Yeah.
I mean,
they're all Mormon.
Yeah. I think it's about the Mormon mafia that more or less taking over Legos.
They're taking over Legos?
Taking over Lego reselling.
The Mormon mafia is taking over Legos.
Because a lot of other people have tried to get their Legos back, and it doesn't work with Bricks and Minifigs.
Yo, my God.
So that's okay. So
the
that's
Mormon mafia is taking over.
I know.
He's just high in his room.
The Mormon mafia.
The Mormon mafia is taking over Legos. Yo, my God. I gotta go inside and tell Shay. He goes, did you hear about the Lego thing?
Yeah, I thought it was truly
This is it?
the
That's the
Lego
whole story?
Dude, it's crazy.
What's crazy
You
about
gotta
it?
watch the videos, man. He's getting arrested for nothing.
Moving on from the Lego situation. iDubbbz finally apologized for everything. I accept his apology for the worst thing that he's done, which is that, you know what, Ethan was suing him for, and Ethan apparently dropped the lawsuit, which I'm glad. It was seeming like it was going to be really bad for the content creation community, the commentary community. But I didn't blame Ethan at all for trying to do it, because they went after his kids. It was weird. Saying a whole bunch of crazy, insane, weird shit. But I do not accept his apology for all of the other things. Like siding with terrorism supporters. And iDubbbz is still a bad person.
I am going to be talking about a very important and heavy topic for me. If you're unfamiliar with the context of any of this, I'll give you a brief rundown. But that is not the main purpose of this video. I do think it's important to share a little bit of my side of the story, but I don't want to take away from the purpose of this video, and that is to apologize to Ethan Klein and his family, especially his kids. Basically, Ethan is suing me for having rebroadcasted a statement made by Destiny on my stream. I did display the very disgusting comment for 40 minutes, and it was wrong. It was a comment from Destiny, and I even said that I don't agree with it, but it sort of highlights how I knew that it was a wrong thing to put out there into the universe and show people. You know, regardless of the point I was making, it was wrong. I was angry, and I was like, how do I get this guy to, one, not clip me, not mock me and harass me on his live stream, and two, this guy's a fucking bully. I'm angry. I'm angry that this multimillionaire is silencing people and suing people who have a much smaller audience than he does, and you know, can barely defend themselves.
I said this 3 weeks ago, and I'm going to say it yet again. I thought Ian's apology was the first one. I thought it was pretty sincere. I felt like it was honest. I mean, there's always that 10% chance that, you know, they're faking it just because they got the cease and desist. Very convenient timing, but I do feel like the first apology that we got a few weeks ago, a day after he got the cease and desist, I felt like it was genuine, and I feel like this one is also genuine. You cannot take back, especially online, but you cannot take back stuff you've said, stuff that you have reshared, or videos you've done. But what you can do, and you could do this IRL as well, is just be like, oh, so I was kind of wrong here. My bad. Let me fix that. You're taking accountability. You know you fucked up. You know you were wrong. At that point, it's like, what else can iDubbbz do to make things right? Maybe do a live stream for 24 hours where all he does is say the N-word. Maybe that could be pretty entertaining. But in all seriousness, there's like nothing else that Ian can do.
I don't like bullies, so I wanted to do something that would have an impact, and, you know, without checking in with myself of whether or not that was a right or wrong thing to do. I justified it in my head at the time. I was like, okay, well, it's not my words, and it's actually said by a really bad guy, Destiny. Not a fan of that guy. It's very clear that it was never the right thing to do. It was a comment about Ethan and his children, and it was disgusting. I said at the time in the stream that I don't agree with it, but still sharing it and broadcasting it to people for 40 minutes, that was an irresponsible and reckless thing to do, especially for parents. Like, there are many parents with kids out there who do not want to see that shit, and it's painful. And I'm sure it was extremely painful for Ethan and Hila to read that shit and have it pop up again and again and again. And just because it's coming from a piece of shit guy, and I'm showing it to people, like, look what this piece of shit said. It's wrong. It's wrong to do. And I didn't, you know, I didn't come to this overnight, right? Like, to be frank, I'm angry. I do not like Ethan. I think he's doing a lot of damage to people online. And it changed the way that I was thinking about it.
See, right there. Right there is what I'm talking about. He thinks that Ethan is damaging people online. None of this is real, bro. None of this is real life. And you and your people brought it to real life. Harassing them in public, skulls in the mail and stuff like that. Trying to find the location of his children. Absolutely fucking weird and disgusting. Now, iDubbbz wasn't really into all that, but he was denying that it was all happening and was just making it worse by just feeding the vultures with his dead carcass of snark. They say that we're the ones who are haters. Hearts so full of hatred. But we don't bring this shit to real life. Until you do. Hurts, don't it?
I didn't think about it. I didn't ground myself. I didn't think about, oh, like, who is actually being affected in this instance? And Ethan's family and his kids are being affected. You know, I just because I don't like Ethan, I think it's wrong to find an attack vector that is his kids. It's it's foul. It's not okay. And I think it was wrong for me to use the Destiny screenshot as a cudgel to make my point. I didn't need to use the Destiny screenshot to make my point. There's a million other ways I could have done it, but I didn't. And I regret that I didn't, and I regret that I ever put that screenshot on my live stream. You know, that's the main reason why I feel like I do need, for myself, for my soul, to own up to this and acknowledge that I went too far. It wasn't okay. Ethan and Hila and their family do not deserve that. At the end of the day, whatever happens with the lawsuit is what it is. For myself, I needed to make it known on the internet that what I did was wrong, and I don't want to be that person. I don't want to behave that way. I want to make content that I'm proud of. I don't want to give in to a harassment back and forth online. I want to put my energy into making content that I can be proud of and that I'm not going to be ashamed of because I lost the plot. I want to stay focused. I want to check in with myself and know what it is I want to be and what I want to do and what message I want to spread. And this isn't a message I want to spread. So I'm sorry to Ethan and Hila and your family. You guys didn't deserve that. I'm going to think about all of this a lot more, I'm sure. But for now, I really do want to just get back to making the content that I want to make.
And everything that he wants to make is crap nowadays, so we're probably just gonna go right back to making the same shit.
Having said all that, I wish everyone the best. I genuinely want to see a better world, and I do not want to be a contributor to what makes it terrible. So long. Bye-bye.